Summon the flame! Yes, take that, creeper, you nasty piece of work. Hey there everyone, Dan here from the Diamond Minecart, and welcome to another Minecraft mod review, where today I'm going to be showcasing the Elemental Tinkerer mod, which adds in a whole new magical system so that you can study the art of magic and perform it right inside your Minecraft world. So this mod is actually fairly extensive, so I'm going to hop straight into it and show you how to get started, because this is just an incredibly awesome mod, especially for those of you that are fans of stuff like RPG and magic and stuff like that. So the core of the whole mod, or behind pretty much every recipe in this mod, is the Elementium gem, which is a very nice gem that just changes colors and looks beautiful. It's kind of like a multicolored diamond, and for this you are going to need to mine this Elementium ore here. Now this is a very rare ore and doesn't spawn in veins of much at all, but when you mine it you'll be able to get some of these little gems here. And oh my god, no, that's bad. This is what they call an elemental guardian, and is actually, oh, get away from me, sir. God, that was scary. I didn't think that was actually in this, but what it is it's kind of like, I did actually have it set up over here, but it seems to have jumped me already, but it's kind of like the exact same ore over here, which just looks exactly the same as a normal ore, but when you mine it, one of them multicolored silverfish will come out of it. So that is bad, and it also gives you mining fatigue when it attacks you, and yeah, really bad stuff. So just be wary when you do find one of these, it could be trapped with a silverfish. So to help you find these, or to help you craft these, you can actually craft the elemental gems. So what you need for these is Elementium dust, and you get this from slaying any kind of mob, so stuff like zombies, skeletons, stuff like that. You will get a rare drop of Elementium dust, so about 1 in every 20 kills will give you a single Elementium dust, and if you collect enough of those, so 2 of those with 1 diamond, will create 1 Elementium gem. So you don't need to go around and find all of these veins. It will hopefully just be able to craft them if you go and slay enough mobs and find enough diamonds. So what you can also do to get Elementium gems is help yourself out by trying to find these veins of ores over here with an Elementium detector. Now to craft this, you're going to need 4 sticks and an Elementium gem, and then when you put it in your inventory, it will start to glow, or it won't glow at all, it will be grey, and then when you walk over a vein it should glow. Now I'm having trouble getting this to work because I don't really know why, but it should work. There's just a little bit of a purple glow on the end, kind of similar to this over here. So yeah, when you walk over a vein, it will pretty much just show you it by glowing. So that is a really cool way to find it, and is just really useful. So moving on, and I'm just going to switch game modes quickly. There we go, and we're going to move on to this chest here, which contains a few more recipes which you're going to need for the rest of the video. So this is a block of Elementium, and you can create it by putting 9 Elementium gems in a crafting table like this. So very expensive, but very useful later on. And for the elemental desk, which is pretty much the start of the mod, you're going to need elemental bark, which needs 4 Elementium gems, a piece of oak wood, or I'm pretty sure you can use any wood, but it'll give you 1 elemental bark. And then you need 2 gold, a single Elementium gem, 3 Elementium bark, and 2 oakwood planks for this beautiful Elementium desk. So I've said element way too much already, but this is what the desk looked like, and this is what you use to kind of research your spells and learn your spells also. So in this little chest here, you are going to need the Bible behind the mod, which is the Elementalist Lexicon. Now for this you're going to need a single book and 4 Elementium gems to make this, and this is pretty much your Bible and guide to the whole thing. So this contains pretty much, it contains every recipe in the mod, which is awesome, and tells you how to fetch stuff, tells you like different crafting recipes, tells you where to find stuff, and it's really cool. So as you can see, it tells us about the Elementium gem here, and is looking very awesome. Now what you can also do is, what have we got in here? I think I've done everything. Oh, here we go. We've got the researching books. So you can research 4 different kinds of books. And as you can see in here, you can research lots of different kind of subjects and different spells and stuff like that. Now to do that, you need this table here, and when you right click on it, you get this kind of little GUI here, and what it says here is you put a normal book in here and you can have it charged, which is true. So it will charge up very slowly when you put the book in, but you need some elemental gems to get this started. So if I place some gems in here, you will see that the book will begin to open, and you can see the amazing looking GUI on here. This is just looking sweet, this little modeling here, and the book will slowly open, and the more gems you put in, the quicker this will happen. So this is obviously at the maximum capabilities, and it will turn into a book of the appropriate, one of the 4 different things. So we've got 4 different, what do you call them, elements. We've got the Book of Flame, Book of Terror, Book of Winds, and Book of Tides. And then you've got the Book of Terror here, which we made. And if you right click it, it will teach you something. And then you have to go into what the lexicon, and then it will tell you to do a quick little like slide puzzle, which is really, really annoying and pretty difficult. Actually, I was yet to complete one, so I just kind of cheated to get all of these. But that is how you earn recipes and different spells as well. It's kind of hard to explain, but hopefully you understand it. Right then, so up next over here we have the Elementalist's Tinkering Altar. Now for this, you are going to pretty much just, it's kind of like a more advanced crafting table that lets you create all of the things in this new mod. So if we go in here to create it, you're going to need 6 elemental gems like this in a crafting table, 2 blocks of iron and a crafting table to make this. And this is what it looks like in the world, kind of like a wicker crafting table. And if you right click it, it gives you this massive GUI, and it's pretty much like a massive crafting grid. So you're going to need to use all of this 5x5 grid rather than 3x3. So you're working in big crafting recipes and more materials, which is pretty sweet. And for the next recipes coming up, you're going to need some of this really cool looking Elementium ingot. So look how amazing this looks. It's got like a swirly kind of texture here as a normal ore. And we're going to need a lot of Elementium dust, 8 Elementium dust and a piece of gold to make just one of those. And you're going to need those up next. So these over here are kind of like, these are called catalysts. So to make these in this chest here, you're going to need to use the new crafting table, and as you can see, it is a lot bigger crafting recipe than we're used to. We're going to need 4 Elementium ingots and 1 to 8 glass planes in this kind of recipe here. So it's filling up a lot of the new crafting table to make 1 catalyst capsule, and you're going to need 4 altogether to make the different stuff in this mod. So what you do is you just put them down and use the little black squares here to place the catalyst next to them, and in here you'll be able to place the new catalysts, which we'll get to in a second and explain how to make them and what they are used for. So this may sound pretty complicated at the minute, but we will get to why and how you use these in a second. I'm just showing you how to craft everything before we get to the complicated stuff. So over here we've got the next part of the mod, which is called the Attuner. So the Attuner is looking like your little magic box, and it's pretty much your hub for all the spells you want to learn and apply. So once you've learned them in the lexicon, you can then apply them in this box here. And to make that, you're going to need to use this advanced crafting table here with a lot of Elementium ingots, glass panes, and a block of Elementium in the middle. Now moving on, and we've got the catalysts that were featured in here earlier, and you're going to need different ones to place in different blocks to make the different items in this mod. So if you go over to here and then show you the recipe, you just need a Book of Flame and an Elementium dust to make the lesser fire catalyst. And if I go into the book here, you can find all the other catalysts. So the lesser catalysts are the kind of like the base ones, and then you get up to elemental, and then you get up to greater. So the elemental ones require 4 lesser crystals in the crafting table, or the tinkering table actually. So it'll say at the top tinkering or crafting, and then to get the greater one, you're going to need 4 elementals and put them together, and they're going to be able to make more powerful spells and better things. And now we get to the good stuff, which are the wands. So the wands, there's 4 different wands in here. There is the Wand of Terror, the Wand of Tides, the Wand of Winds, and the Wand of Flame. So keeping with the elemental theme, and for this you're going to need like a normal recipe or kind of like a universal recipe for each one, which is 2 gold in the corners here, and obviously this is in the tinkering table because it's a huge recipe. And then you're going to need 5 elemental bark as well. So let's go into the lexicon here, and it will show you how to make the different wands. And you're going to need this universal recipe, which we just covered, and a couple of the appropriate catalysts. So for the Wand of Tides, you're going to need lesser water catalysts. So let me just go over what that means if we go over to this table here. So what this means is you're going to need to put that recipe in here. So you're going to need the elemental bark here, and then the gold across here, and then you're going to need 2 of these in just 2 of these boxes to be able to create the wand. So hopefully that makes sense and makes more sense and kind of ties it all together from the previous stuff. And let's just show you how to make the other ones just as a example. For the Wand of Winds, you're then going to need 2 air catalysts instead of the water one. So hopefully that makes sense to you, and we'll be able to make some spells now. So if we go over to here and you've researched all the appropriate spells, so we have all of them in here, we'll be able to right click this box and it will have different spells. So you've got the normal spells, and then you've got the passive spells. So the passive ones usually just affect you, and the spells will affect other people. So you can they're usually attacks. So what we can go over today are, I'm going to show you the frost shock. So what you do is you just double click to put them into the left hand side, and I'll get up this really cool looking graphic, and we're going to try some of these. So what we've got here is different ones. You're gonna need to use the appropriate ones as well. So I think we've got flame one, and we've got terror, and I think we'll just grab them all just in case. Yeah, we've definitely got tides one. Not sure about wind, but we'll take it anyway. So when you're holding a wand, you get this really cool GUI, and you won't be able to use the spell that you are selecting unless you have the appropriate wand in hand. So this is the Terror wand, the Flame wand, sorry, and you won't be able to use it by right-clicking because it's not the correct spell for the correct wand. So I'm going to need to use the Wand of Winds. And just as another note, you use C to kind of like toggle through all of the different spells, and it's looking really awesome. So what we're going to need for this top one, Frost Shock, is the Wand of Tides. So let me just spawn a couple of piggies in here and show you what it does. We'll just right click, and damn, there we go. We've frozen all of these mobs, and that is what this does. So you can find out what all of the spells do in here. So we'll go to Water, and then go to Frost Shock, and it shocks all nearby entities with a shock of frozen energy, freezing whatever is around, and a cooldown of 14 seconds, so you don't just spam it. So that's really cool. We've frozen all these pigs, and they're looking pretty annoyed at us, actually. I'm sorry, but someone had to be used. So now we're going to go on to another spell, and let's go on to the Aerial Push, which is the Wand of Winds. So if we right click, it will push all entities near us around. So we're just going to wait for the cooldown, and we'll do it again. Come on, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll do it again. Oh yeah, see, he flew. He actually flew. So imagine if you're surrounded by mobs, you can just right click, and then all of the mobs will just span out and give you some space. So if we right click, and we'll go over to here, and it will give you a little bit of more detailed thing. Aerial Push pushes all nearby entities away from you, has 9.5 seconds cooldown. So what else have we got in here? We've got a flame one next, and this one is awesome. If we press the C button, and we've got the flame ring. So let's go over here, right click, and oh yes, look at the particle effects on this. So what this does is pretty much create a ring of fire, and whatever goes into the ring will instantly set on fire. So this is perfect for cooking pigs. You can get all the pork chops you like, all of the cooked ones, and yeah, anything that sets step into the ring will set on fire and eventually die. So that is a really cool one, and possibly one of my favorites. And what else have we got up here? We go to the C. We got Implosion, which is a Terror one. And we'll get some more pigs in here. And this one is awesome. It's just kind of like an inbuilt creeper explosion. So if we right click, it will just destroy the land and make it look awesome. So you can create massive craters. It's pretty useful for mining, actually, even though it has a massive cooldown time and will just destroy anything around it. So this pig seems to have survived. How did you do that, huh? So anyway, I'm going to pick all this up, and then we'll move on to the next spell. So the final spell I want to show you is the Boulder Toss, and this is another Terror one. You right click, and it will fire out a big boulder that will just instantly kill pretty much anything it hits. Let's get a couple more pigs in here. It does have a cooldown time, but it's not as long as the other ones, and you can hit multiple things with it as well. It's got about a 5-second cooldown, and is a really awesome weapon. So those are the only spells I'm going to show you today. You can obviously experiment and just look at all of the different spells in here. You've got different ones that affect yourself as well. You've got extended breath, stuff that gives you more speed, more armor, and awesome stuff like that. So if we move on, I'm going to show you a couple of the miscellaneous items. There's so much stuff in this mod that I'm not going to show you it all. And oh, someone's getting a bit suicidal or happy. Yeah, there we go. Get down from there, piggy. You shouldn't be up there. But anyway, we're going to get onto some miscellaneous items. There's so many in here that I'm not going to show you them all. But what we've got is some new armor and weapons, which is Orichalcum, I believe. So if we go into the little bit of a lexicon here and try and find the Orichalcum, I think it is in Pure. There we go, in Pure. We click it and it will show you how to make it, and what you need is to go into the tinkering table with 2 Elementium ingots and a diamond, as well as 4 different types of catalyst, and it will get you 1 Orichalcum. So this is extremely expensive, but I think that this armor does have it has better durability than diamond and the same strength, so it is definitely worth it. It will make sure that you have diamond strength stuff for a lot longer. And now we've got the Odd Claw, which is another weapon which is pretty awesome, and I'm just going to try and find this quickly. There we go. The Odd Claw is created by this huge tinkering recipe. Look how intense this is. So you're going to need 4 Elementium ingots. You're going to need 5 iron, 2 glowstone, and a bow, as well as these different catalysts as well. So as you can see, this gets really in-depth and really awesome, and it's just crazy for those RPG fans out there. So the Odd Claw will transform into an awesome weapon. I didn't even pick it up. So what it is, it's kind of like a glove that will give you unlimited arrows, and some of them will be flame arrows too. So our piggy friends are going to have to come back in here for a little second. And you don't need any arrows to fire this. You just need your Odd Claw, and you'll be able to just spam arrows, which looks amazing and is incredibly useful. So just imagine, look at it. The destruction is just amazing. So yeah, this is one of my favorite weapons in the mod, but I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, yeah, one of my favorite weapons apart from the spells in this mod. So the last thing I'm going to go over is this new stuff called Dark Quartz. Now, I'm just going to check what you need for Dark Quartz because I can't remember off the top of my head. Let me just see if it's in here. It should be in here. Where are you, Dark Quartz, huh? There we go. Dark Quartz, you need to put in a crafting table 1 piece of coal surrounded by 8 nether quartz. So it's pretty expensive, even though it gives you 8 back. And you can create pretty much just anything quartz but in dark form, and I think this looks really awesome. It's a really cool addition to the mod, and you can make really nice looking structures out of this. And I think that is all I'm going to show you today. It is a really expansive mod that does a lot for those that like RPG and magic and all that good stuff, and crazy weapons and magic too. So this is a really awesome mod, and I think that is all I'm going to show you today. So if you like what you see and want to play it for yourself and find out even more about the mod, then please go to the description below to check it out. Also, if you're new to the channel, then please do hit that subscribe button for daily Minecraft videos, and for all of you, a like and a favor would be greatly appreciated too. So thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Do go check out this one and explore it some more, because I've only just touched on the amount of things that you can do. So yeah, go and check it out, and from me, it is goodbye.